Time to update our places now. And the great thing now is that we actually learned all the core concepts we need to do so. Therefore, this should be an easy task now. Let's do it together though. So, update places, as before, our first code here with our error check can be kept. This is fine. The same thing is true for the properties here that we want to get from our request body. This is fine. Params can also be kept. But this part here with dummy places, this has to be replaced now as we have real data in our database now. The update logic right here, well, we'll have a look at that in a few seconds. And what I can also see right here is this dummy place should, of course, also be deleted now. So how do we start? Well, in the end, updating a place simply means that we want to get the place by the place ID and then update the title and the description. Now, as I'm talking about finding the place by the place ID, we can again use our find by ID method we had up here for the get place ID constant. This also means that we will use the same try catch block again. Therefore, we can from the start use the same logic in the end we had right here. So we will implement the try catch block from the beginning now though. So let's go down and let's now say that we again have our place variable here, let this time, not a const, as we start with our try catch block. Inside try, we have our place once again, which we use right here, which we just defined. And place should be equal to place dot find by ID. That's the same logic we just saw. And what's the ID that we want to find? Well, that's of course our place ID here. This one. Updating places, once again, is an asynchronous task. Therefore, don't forget to add async up here and await down there. With that, we have to catch any error case here. If we have an error, let's again store it in a constant here. Should be equal to the new HTTP error. And this should state something went wrong. Could not update place. Error code would again be 500. And we should not forget to add return next error here. So this looks fine already. With that, we have to change updated place to place down here as we refer to place up here. Therefore, we can also use place when it comes to updating the title and the description. And what is missing now? Well, storing the updated place, of course. At the moment, we're just sending back a response, which we also have to adjust. But we also have to make sure that the updated information is stored again in our database. For that, we can again use the save method, which we also used before when we created the place. And as we know, save is an asynchronous task. Therefore, we will again use try catch. And now await our place save method to save this updated place. And in case we have an error, we'll again catch it. You see, it's kind of the same process we have here for all these tasks. And here we can say something went wrong. Could not update place. And again, a 500 error code. And also don't forget to return next error down here to make sure the code execution is interrupted. What's missing here? Well, we should again convert our Mongoose object to a normal JavaScript object, and we should get rid of our underscore ID, so of the underscore of the ID property to be more precise right here. For that, we will refer to place dot to object. Here we can use this method directly as we are not having an array here as we had it before when we were getting the place by the user ID. And now we can set getters to true. Let's save this. And let's now see what happens if I want to update the place. For that, I'll create a new request right here. This time it will be a patch request to HTTP localhost, not user, but places / the ID of our place. So let's take the ID down here and let's paste it. Now we need to go to body, raw, and JSON once again. And now we have to add the title and the description that we want to change. For that, let's say the title should be the Empire State Building. Before we had Empire State Building. And the description here should be, well, what do we have at the moment? Here we have a very famous building. Let's say a great building, like this. So we have the two properties. So if we send the patch request now, we can see that it was successful, and we have the title, the Empire State Building, and the description was also changed to a great building. So this also works fine now. Let's now also have a look at our database. And as you can see, we also have the Empire State Building and a great building. So our database was also updated successfully. With that, we have create, read, update. What's missing now is deleting documents in our database.